Alright, let's check up on the audio. How we sounded. Give me a second. What we saying here? Oh, yep, definitely can hear myself. Sorry for the duplicated music and everything. I was just making sure that my audio is working. Hello everyone, welcome to 720 here, bringing you part 119 of my live stream playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. So, I put the armor on. I used the gloves and the chest piece. Oh. When we last left off, we're in Ilmeg. We're gonna go ahead and continue. Oh, damn it. Well, I did not mean to medicate myself, but oh well. We're gonna continue with storyline. Try and get further along. Well, here we are, yet the pixies are nowhere to be seen. Knowing them, their games have already begun, in which case... Here, there is a variety of plant native to these parts with a distinctive furrowed tip. Looking grass is its name, so called because it can be used to spy pixies, believe it or not. I'll explain how I know all this later, but first I need you to help me find some. Oh, if a voice calls to you, under no circumstances should you respond. You will only subject yourself to further mischief. You search the scrub but find nothing resembling looking grass. Suddenly a voice rings out. What is it that you seek, child? Perhaps I can help you find it. Huh, such a rude child and too clever by half. I shall seek my fun elsewhere. You search the scrub but find nothing resembling looking grass. Suddenly a voice rings out. Hee hee hee, greetings mortal, what is your name? Oh, you don't have a name? How very, very sad. I could have had so much fun with it, hee hee. Well, darn it. Alright, so let's check that one and check that one, then there's one over here. Inspect it. Find it. Searching the scrub, you find what appears to be looking grass. Suddenly a voice rings out. Oh, a visitor. Where are you from, pray tell? Huh. Perhaps this one's hard of hearing. Ahem, what brings you here? Ah, stone deaf. How boring. Still, picking plants at our village is as good as indulging in our hospitality. And who are we to turn you away? Hee hee, stay a while. Stay forever. Your body begins to feel heavy. I take it you met with some trouble. Apologies for subjecting you to that. Can I assume from your presence that you managed to find us some looking grass? Yes, this is the stuff. Thus armed, we should be able to see through the pixie's veil of invisibility. And seeing them is the first step to dealing with them. Come, let's gather everyone and put Orianje's little trick to good use. They're all over the place.
Farasitha, Krakleath.
No! We're found! How did this mortal know our trick?
Wait! I recognize their souls. These two have been here before.
Look, twins! How adorable!
Oh!
Play with us!
We have neither the time nor inclination to play. We have come to see Urianger.
Oh yes, Urianger, the peculiar one. In return for a place in Elmeg, he agreed to a riddle contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights without any sleep.
Oof.
Oh, that was so much fun! We must do it again!
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we?
Should we?
Would we?
What now?
I don't know, but this is their home, so we must indulge them.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition, that you first lend us a helping hand. Or 2, or 3. Once you've helped solve all of our troubles, we'll let you see Urianger. Pixie's honor.
Ugh, great.
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores. I suggest we split up.
Pixie chores, huh? Made it to Ilmeg. Sul Uin's request. Oh, look at me, look at me. I have a task for you. Little Loran is our beloved village, and we want it to always look lovely. And it can't look lovely without flowers blooming, and no flowers bloom lovelier than everblooms. So here are some everbloom seeds. Take them and sow them here, there, and everywhere around the village. Simple as a dimple, yes? We're just gonna go ahead and collect all the missions. And then we'll go knock them all out. Islala's errand. I'm so hungry I may faint. Fruit. A little fruit will set me aright. Will you go and fetch some for me? Just outside the village you find a hillock. 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, they should render up their sweet succulent burdens. The Forbidden Loran. Help me, I beg you. My friend has gone to Fisor Loran, a place we're told we must never ever set foot in. I thought about giving chase, but I'm scared I'll run into that thing. But you're a big, brave man. You're not scared of such things, are you? So please find and bring back my friend. Ken Gyoff is their name, and if you hurry, you might catch them before they get to Fisar Loran. Fun stuff. Helping us grow flowers, are you? They'll make this house look so much lovelier. There used to be a city of mortals here, a great big bustling place called Bovert or some such. But the Sin Eaters came and everyone disappeared. Since then we pixies have been living here and we've given the old houses our touch. Lovely, don't you think? Oh, this is a different thing. Aren't you one of Orion J's friends? Have you business with me? Lad Ken is worried. Well, that's all well and good, but when someone tells me not to do something, it only makes me want to do it more. Tee-hee-hee, no one can stop me. Heedless of your warning, Ken Giff continues on in the direction of Pfizer Loran. If you find them again, perhaps you can still convince them to turn back. We're going to turn that quest off. That way I don't accidentally run into it. And crud muffins. I completely forgot to set my my guild's stuff for the day. The buffs. Damn. That's rough. Oh, I can't wait for the flowers to bloom. Perhaps I'll make pretty curtains out of them. Oh, mortal, purchase something from my shop. Spend your... What do you mortals trade at these shops of yours anyhow? Shiny rocks or something, I expect? Very well, spend your shiny rocks here. Flower basket. Keeper of the keys. Mushroom lamp. Ilmeg riding... Lorikeet, a bunch of these other items. Or did I? I might have set the buffs, I don't remember. Little Siggin's plea. Mortal, mortal, hear my plea. Our precious children are thirsty and I need you to bring them water. Who are our children, you ask? Why, they're the leafmen you see standing about our village. Adorable, aren't they? Now you'll need to go to Longmere Lake to draw the water. Once you have it, see that our children have a good drenching. Oh, but be warned, the Fuath make their home in the lake. They tend to play rough, so have care. Time to eat some crits. Oh, you need to do that twice. Lame. Ah, I got poisoned. Oh well. Dinneroni. Aw, the Undine got me. Oh, damn. And that's why you don't jump down usually, people. Oopsie toodles, I made a goofy. Hey, Lefty. We'll turn these in later all at once. This should get me close to 77. Once I hit 77, I'll practically be able to do the entire list of the side missions. Stupid Undines. I didn't think I was going to lose that much health on that type of fall. I didn't think it would be that high of a fall, but oh well. I'll sack the extra ticket. Gotcha. You've given water to our children, thank you ever so much. They're all very dear to us. They wandered into Omega, stray mortals, but we grew attached to them and decided to take them in. You and yours would have been our children too, but the enchantment didn't catch as well as we'd hoped. It's never too late, of course. Creepy. You're done sowing the seeds, thank you. This shall help little Loran live up to its name, which means Flower House, in case you weren't aware. We weren't always here, you know. We used to live deep in a lush forest. It was beautiful beyond compare, but almost all of it was swallowed up by the light. For a while we roamed, but eventually we found a place that men had abandoned. Together with our fellow Fae folk, we decided to make it our new home. The land of everlasting spring. This is our home, and it could be yours too, forever and ever and ever. I'll pass. Thank you very much, though, for the offer. So hungry. Did you get the fruit? Here. Oh, thank you ever so much. You've saved me. Yes, saved me from my boredom. Should have seen the look on your face when the bugs came down. You've done me a great service, mortal. If there's one thing we pixies are serious about, it's having fun. Dull and painful things, hate them. Sin eaters are dull and painful both, so we hate them especially. You mortals try to fight those monstrosities, but there's no fun in that. Best to avoid them altogether, we say. Getting a very good amount of XP. Unto the truth. We just now made it to level 72, it looks like. How goes it, hero? Just got done. So, a mix of menial tasks and pranks. Yes, that's pretty much sums up my own experience. They have no troubles worthy of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Indeed, whenever I inquire how much more there is to be done, the answer is ever the same, a little. I doubt they have any intention of releasing us in the near future. Urianger once told me a story about the pixies. They're born from the souls of those who died as children, or so it's believed. They don't have memories of their previous lives. The desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. So they live only to play, keeping hapless mortals for their pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. Huh. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature examining a similar subject. The soul was likened to a core that resides in the aether, and its presence is what differentiates us from such beings as sprites and arcane entities. Upon death, said core ordinarily dissipates alongside the ether that composes the flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to the corporeal realm, either by the will of its owner or by means of certain arts. In time, the soul may regather aether unto itself to assume another form, or find newly emerged life in which to abide. The pixies may be one such instance of this. If ghosts are merely souls without bodies, what does that make us? I think you've become that which you fear most, brother dearest. However, the pixies may have come into being. If we leave them to judge when they are satisfied, they will never be satisfied. Maybe we must negotiate new terms with the creatures, but where to begin? It seems to me we would need at least one among them to sympathize with us. I definitely have someone. In the course of your chores, did any of you encounter a pixie who seemed even faintly amenable to reason? Not during my chores, perhaps. Feoul. What? You knew a pixie from before? Not only are you acquainted, but you've entered into a pact. You might have mentioned this sooner. At any rate, I dare to hope this will offer us a way out. Without further delay then, summon this Feoul, if you please. The chat mode and say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter Feoul to summon your pixie friend at the designated location. I wasn't a fan of this part, mainly for the fact that I have to use a voice rings out in your mind. So, my sapling has finally remembered about this lovely branch. But with such a half-hearted call, he may as well lop me off and cast me aside. Huh, I have no sapling. Please, Feoul, I need you. I missed a comma. Huh, is that your idea of a fervent call? I saw Laga do it with more fire. Whoops. No. Please grant me your succor. That's what it says. You have to do it exactamundo.
You're late! I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting. But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing he is. Cold and cruel and heartless!
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood.
All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke.
Sibling rivalry.
Oh, just
Love it.
now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you. Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
Well. If it isn't Phil, the mold Phil. It's been too long.
The Mad Bloom?
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself. Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, he will never be yours. Never, never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No, you can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone. And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of his bag all over your precious village. There'll
Be a lot of gear.
Cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that,
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Urianger?
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
We'll reveal the hidden Vernick to you at once.
So this is the true Ilmeg.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see Urianger?
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
Vale's one of my favorites. I love Vale. Alright, for Alphanel and Alisae's sakes, let us be quick. It would be a shame to return only to find that they have been made to play one game too many. Now, the place we seek is the abandoned manor of a nobleman and scholar. The Bookman's Shelves, it's called, after the fellow's vast collection of tomes. An agreeable habitat for our friend, I'm sure you'll agree. If we follow the path north, we should soon find the place. Come along. Hey, Lefty's back. Where are we at? 3.7 million. So about one more quest after this should get me the 77. No, 2 Shabdabs. I got 2 more, 2 more Aetherites to attune to in this zone. It's a blood morpho. Never did understand why they called them morphos. Need a drink. Yeah. Here we are at long last. I give you Orange's humble abode. Come, let's see if he's home. Quaint.
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends his way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon.
New garb.
Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
Run along, Minfilia. We will meet you outside.
But...
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already?
Mostly. We're missing one. Y'shtola.
That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity. As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then yalm by yalm, and malm by malm in time. Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile: Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed. For spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil. To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee.
The story gets a little dark here.
An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart?
Mm-hmm. Something to do with magic. It's a chart of the elements.
Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition. Astral, the active; umbral, the passive. As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral. Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the First had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the First is rooted in the generation of the two forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the First to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings. Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the First were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
we would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Ilmeg. Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Leergear, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake. To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation.
Give me a second. My TV turned off again. Technology, gotta love it, eh? Come on, any day now, TV. There we go.
Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
I'm so close. Courting cooperation. Direct hit and vitality. I guess we'll get grilled rail. My friend, ere I speak of the task at hand, there is a question I would pose to thee. What thinkest thou of mine appearance? Did you take up astrology? Did you lose weight? I didn't recognize you at first. Did you lose weight? Did you take up astrology? Indeed, though the night be lost behind the shroud of blinding light, doubt not but that the stars shine still. I have chosen to avail myself of their guidance, that I might navigate the sea of uncertainty that stretcheth before us. For a blessing, my prior studies of astrology did provide me with adequate grounding in the art. But enough of myself. Let us now speak of our task. As I did mention, if we are to enter Liagia, we must needs gain the pixies' cooperation. This is a simple matter of presenting unto them a suitable gift. I shall procure a selection of viands that shall please their palates. Thancred, pray assist me in this endeavor. Meanwhile, hero, I bid thee obtain that which will please their eyes. In these parts there abideth a vilekin known for its beauteous wings, the hawker. I shall lend thee a receptacle within which thou mayst capture a weakened specimen. Awesome sauce. Exuberant pixie. Delightful decorations. Oh, you're Oriange's friend, aren't you? Will you not lend me a hand? You see, Oriange's home is drab and dull, and I have a mind to decorate it. Make it bright and beautiful. If you were to help out, I'd make it all the more special. First of all, we need some whirl weeds, a pretty little plant that grows in the water. We usually trade with the Fawath for it, but seeing as you can swim, you can harvest some for us. You should be able to find the weed in the lake where there's a sunken church. While you take care of this, I'll go and pick us lots and lots of beautiful flowers. Afterwards, let's meet back here for the decorating. See you soon. So that gives me 2 of those. I need 3 more then. Haha. We did it, Lefty. We got it really quickly. Thou art returned. Wert thou able to capture a hawker? Ah, a truly magnificent set of wings. I shall treat them at once to make fast their vibrant colors. Thancred too should return anon, upon which I shall ready all the items for presentation. Pray take thine ease. Meanwhile, ease.
"'Tis done. The pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts. Ah, lest I forget.
White Orosite.
White Orosite, newly forged for thy use. Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross paths with those who crave the contrary, our eternal enemies. Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Ascian's essence.
May I come in now?
You may indeed, assuming you've finished.
I did as you asked.
That's my girl, thank you. I should probably explain. Though my body remained behind in the source, its limitations saw fit to accompany me, which is to say, I cannot manipulate ether. I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but on account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Really? May I?
Of course, my dear. Yet have care thou dost not add overmuch to thy burden, lest I incur Thancred's ire. Hast thou spoken to him of thine encounter with the Minfilia of Eld?
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any. As you know, I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past. Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Armareng, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted. It was there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
Flashback.
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian. This child is but a vessel. One of many I have used that I might spread word of her enduring blessing and preserve the flame of hope. In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
But what of your suffering? Your sacrifice? This isn't fair! I will not stand for it. I cannot! There must be something we can do. Tell me!
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, then shall I take up her burden. But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny, then shall I bequeath to her my all. Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth, she may come to wield my powers as her own.
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's. You have ever watched over me, Thancred. Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me.
I've been told from people that have played 1.0 that Minfilia was one of the characters that you saw throughout the entirety of 1.0 that to grow up and to evolve in a way. You get to watch her grow from a child to an adult, and you get to see the personality adapt to being an adult. And I believe that I'm missing a huge understanding about this portion of the story because I was unable to play 1.0 and experience that experience, which saddens me.
There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path. When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
Minfilia, wait!
What happened?
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl, claims to have no recollection of any of it. I have told her many things. Where we came from, what we fight for. But of that day, I have not spoken.
How do you want this to end?
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate. The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long? Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
I'm sorry I took so long. It was so hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
That is well. Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Lida Loran.
This will hit me to 77. Anything higher level? It's weaker. Weaker. So still technically don't have anything upgradable yet. I actually have like maybe 2 dungeons and I have 2 dungeons and a trial, I think, before I can actually get a decent upgrade to what I have. So, I got a little while. Actually, crit and determination. 133. Oh, this is the crit. So I'd lose a little bit of crit but I'd gain determination. 161 and 148. I'd lose a little bit of strength. That's what it would be. So I'd lose crit, lose strength, gain 1 point of potency and damage. But I'd also gain determination. We weren't expecting you all back so soon. We had scarcely begun playing with the twins. That said, your gifts are truly wonderful. Let me tell you, the milk and honey and biscuits won't last a day, and the wings are the loveliest we've ever seen. You've done us a great kindness, and it's fake custom to return the gesture. If you desire anything from us, you need but name it. Okay, level. Actually, I gotta double check to make sure I don't have any upgrades. That could have unlocked something for me. Could have sworn I had an item from this X pack that I got. Guess not. The key to the castle. So what is it that you desire? Rusty old coins like you mortals are wont to collect, perhaps? We are resolved to vanquish the Light Warden of this land. To that end, we desire entry to Liagia. What a strange thing to wish for. You might as well ask for your death. But if that's what you want, who are we to argue? Very well, I shall speak with the others. Clearly been busy, Urianger. Would you be so kind as to tell us what we've missed? Recap. So that was the purpose of the gifts. Is there anything you can tell us about this Light Warden? Aye, my lady. By circumstances most tragic, the Light Warden of this land is our king and ruler Titania, or Titania. It was not always so, of course. Our king fought the first Light Warden that threatened our home, you see, fought it and won. But all the horrible light that came out went and corrupted them, turning them into a new Light Warden. Now they're king only in name, not remains of the wise and just ruler that used to be. We had no choice but to seal them in the castle. The magic for breaking the seal we divided into 4 and wove each into a different relic, to be kept apart until the time was right. And this dress is one of them. It's been in our safekeeping for years and years, but we've decided to entrust it to you. Are you sure? Of course, custom demands it. Though you're most certainly going to your deaths, we thought we should at least let you try. That way, we get to watch what happens. Of course, you can't break the seal unless you have the other relics, too. The shell crown is with the Fuath, the stone scepter is with the Numu, and the crystal shoes are with the Amaro. Good luck finding them all. The facts thus disclosed confirm mine own understanding. Our quest lieth now before us. First let us hie to the lake, there to claim the shell crown from the Fuath. If we call to them before the untouchable gate, they will answer. This will give me a new dungeon. I got another mission over here. The path to popularity. There's talk that an interesting mortal has come to Ilmeg, hero or some such. It's you, isn't it? Don't even think to deny it. I'm Ulthon, and it's my dream to become the most popular fairy of all. Why? Because everyone would fawn over me, and that would be really fun. Now, by way of an achievable first step, I'm aiming to become the darling of Little Iran. But everyone is so caught up with their flower smelling and their mischief making, they don't even spare me a glance. You travel to and fro, so you must know much and more about this and that. Tell me, what must I do to become popular? Become the cleverest pixie of all, become the fairest pixie of all, become the strongest pixie of all. I say become the cleverest. The cleverest. I think I know how I can do that. I just need to read lots of books, right? And it just so happens there are lots of books in Urianje's home, a place called the Bookman's Shelves. Right, I'm going there at once, and you're coming too. I can't read your strange mortal writing, so I need you to do it for me. I'm amused. We're gonna block that one out for now. That gives me 3 of the 5. I have 1 for Lakeland and 1 up for Amarang. So that leaves me with 2 missing in those areas. This is the aim of my game, to get into the dungeon here. Get at least a dungeon knocked out. Hearken to me, O spirits of the water. We are come with an entreaty. Not in a talkative mood, apparently. I'm not exactly sure how the gate works. But if the Fuath are water spirits, perhaps we should take our search into the lake. I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. We all know Thancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia? I can swim well enough. Thancred taught me. Excellent. What about you, Urianje? I'm not sure I've ever asked. I don't think he could swim. Rather than swim, mayhap it would be more expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic. You too, Urianje, that you should be a kindred spirit. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together we shall conquer the waves. Well, aren't we a lively lot? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty for mortals, what a treat. Aye, my comrades and I are on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would humbly beg the loan of the Shell Crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people. Oh, is that all? Of course, you may have it, you shall have it. Just like that, what do you want from us? Oh ho ho, no need to be so suspicious. The crown simply doesn't mean much to us is all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us, for we Fuath, it's over before it's begun, and we couldn't care less what becomes of the Fairy King, nor the world for that matter. Having said that, we do so seldom have mortal visitors, and it would seem a shame not to make the most of you. Touch the untouchable gate and come hither to our domain, Don Meg. In your tongue it means forbidden realm. Sounds forbidding, yes? And so it should, for we are one with the water, our home wrought of ripples and waves and currents. Find your way through, give us thrilling sport, and we will give you the crown. Yay, dungeon. This dungeon had a little bit of mechanics that can kind of screwball me a little bit. Watch. I like it. Foodie, yay. I've been doing some, diadem work. I got my blacksmith to 80. Alchemist is getting closer to 80. I'm gonna start working on armor, goldsmith, leatherworker, weaver. Culinarian will be a little bit slower, but we'll get there eventually. And then of course I got miner almost to 80, working on botanist. Fisher will be dead last. I don't really need fishing that much. Oh, maybe I stuck something in here. Nope, not in here. Or maybe it's on my retainers. I could potentially have it on a retainer as well. While we're waiting, I'm gonna go check retainer. Even one piece of gear would be better than nothing. Then, you know, I'll be just waiting anyways. Not on him. Not on him either. I must have turned it in, which is kind of saddening. Oh well. $144, $156. So if I made a high quality suit of blue spirit, it would start giving me bonuses, but it just wouldn't be a good bonus. Yeah, they're not really that good. +2 damage with skill speed and tenacity. Ugh. But it would be one of the few hammer type weapons that you can get as a warrior. $155, $165. Wow, it would give me a little bit of extra stuff, but not really worth working hard to get it. Shouldn't take too long to queue up. Oh man. I guess I could run over to, yeah, I could do it. We're gonna run over to Gold Saucer, get some MGP while we're waiting. So if I remember correctly, the Light Warden will be a trial fight. I think I've got... Oh, actually... I think it might be an extra dungeon. Because I think... I don't remember. I know the one dungeon that I want to do, if I remember correctly, is inside one of the zones I haven't been to yet. Oh, hell yeah. Second place. First loser. I'll take it. Ooh, no. Oh, well. What happened to the healer? Well, we're gonna take it low and slow. Eat those crits. God, I love... Oh, shit. Not paying attention. I love Noxian Chaos. Not that close. Oh, I'm gonna die. That was close. Oof, okay, so note to self, don't do wall-to-wall pulls. Gotta be careful that these explode. They explode and then they send you in the air. We got this. One last spank before we leave. I don't think any of this will give me any upgrades. Well, anything fending, I'm going to need roll on it. Oops. 71, 77. So technically it's about the same. Grial. Gotta wait for the healer. Almost here, healer. Ooh, geez, hitting like a Mack truck already. We each gotta block one of these. Ooh, damn, that hurt. Oh shit, I'm not paying attention. And he drops dead. Aiming, healing. Outright. Ooh. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nail biters. We got one more boss to do after this fodder, and then we're done with the dungeon. A face spear. Well, I got a really crappy gear spread this run. Unfortunate, but it happens. This is the boss that usually gives me a little bit of problem. Oop, don't look at him. This is the part that kind of gets me. You have to tightrope walk. And you have like, oh, yep, see, I fucked. I dropped myself. Pulls tumble. You get stunned. I think you have a certain amount of time to do this, and then you auto get killed. Oh, never mind. So I failed the test. Ah. A boss that I haven't shown yet. You might want to get out of there, Luna. You're getting vomited on hard. shaking it off. Of a game. Rank 2 LB? Hell yeah. Beaten. I wonder why they don't use a, they don't do a bow design where the arrows are like a bow, like a, I forgot what it's called. The bow for a violin, I guess. And then you can use it like, kind of like a bowstring and then fire it off. Hello. I already have one of those. And I got the face spear. I'll give the healer their due. Yay.
Well fought, well fought.
Jolly good show.
Oh, you do not hold back. But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course. Of course. There it is, the relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes. But you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
I'm being hit on by a fey folk.
More? I want to see more of him.
Yes! Yes! I could watch him forever!
Why don't we just make him one of us? Yes! One of us! One of us, one of us, one of us! One of us, one of us, one of us! One of us, one of us, one of us!
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
Wake up! Wake up, damn you!
Saving me again.
Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can. I'm sure you had your reasons. But the first rule of dealing with the Froth is do not deal with the Froth. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect. That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days. They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember. Everything we did. Everything we gave. What was it for? I wonder. I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
Alright, get back on to dry land. I'm going back in. Nay, my lady, exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee rest a moment. There was nothing where we looked. Hero. Hi. Dear gods, were it not for Sorbonne's blessing, but I need not labor the point. I'm glad to see you safe and well, my friend. Have you any idea how worried we were to wash up on the shore only to find you weren't with us? Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. The Fuath kept that part of the bargain, at least. Well, there were certain twists and turns. Our work here is done, with everyone none the worse for wetness. Now, thank goodness you're still here. Silhouine, is something amiss? A great big mob of mortals is marching to Ilmeg, mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Rather the reverse, I fear. The Yulmoran Armiad, I guess. Meaning we can play with them? As much as you like, but just to be sure, I will return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid. If Alphinaud is coming, then LSA will be two, yes. Can't have one without the other, you know. Alright, just remember, we're not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands. Don't worry, I've done this sort of thing before. It's fine, defeating the Light Warden would always have fallen to me. Indeed you have. Very well then, see you afterwards, my friend. A visit to the New Mu. With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. We must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of the two remaining bearers of the relics, the New Mu are the nearer. We shall seek them out next. Among the Fey folk, they bear the distinction of having abided in these lands since before the Flood. They are also the friendliest to men, and have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much of the knowledge I have acquired in my time here. The path leadeth past my dwellings, let us away. Holy crow, I'm almost 78 already. Welcome back, Lefty. Past yonder cliff lieth Plani, home of the New Mu. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let us follow. I don't think I'll get another level this run. Or this, live stream, I mean. I'll get close, though. If the path striketh thee as precipitous, 'tis because it was once a mountain trail. For there, where the lake now lieth, there was a valley, in whose midst thrived the city of Obert. 'Twas only when the Fwath came in the wake of the flood that the settlement was drowned. We stand now upon its former outskirts, grazing lands where shepherds once tended their flocks. Though one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle, one can scarcely blame the Fey folk for so altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the light, a force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees. An entire world that it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greater regret. Yet in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad am I for the chance to be here. 'Twas these hands which brought together the warriors of darkness and Menphilia, lest thou forget. Therefore, even were there no 8th umbral calamity to forestall, it seemed only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. Only right, I say, though such words will ill convey the strength of my resolve. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing, and thus do I labor for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. The coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we shall prevail. Sweet, I think so too. Aha, mortals, just as we thought. Hast thou business with us? Business? Ha, nothing so boring. We smelled you coming and thought we'd come to play. They do not appear to be pixies of Little Lorand. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. Mayhap another day. Oh, in some haste are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Hee hee hee. Teleportation magic. For a mercy, we were not sent far from our course. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the trick. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fey Cloaked is called a most ingenious magic which rendereth one invisible to Fey folk, albeit briefly. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee. Under its aegis thou art to make thy way past the pixies and rejoin our comrades. Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee and thee alone. Be not tempted to employ a mount, as it will only serve to give thy presence away. Okay, I have it. I assumed you were right behind us. What took you so long? Pixies. I see. Yes, I'd say that's a valid excuse for lateness. You are hereby forgiven. And other good news, the New Moo village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Orion Jade deigns to join us. Mortals! Mortals are here, lots of them. Thought you said the New Moo were men's best friends. The poor thing was beside itself with fear. 'Twas beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you, to have so many mortals appear at once. It's more excitement than we can bear. Greetings, Elder Widdink, Tierney. It hath been a while. Pray forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the New Moo. The stone scepter, then? You mean to lift the seal over Ligia? That is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. If the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our fake cousins, we New Moo have called this land our home since time immemorial. Leaving is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to steal away our king when they were corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. Don't worry, we'll defeat Titania. No one will come to harm. Just hand over the god's damn staff. But then you'll only become another Light Warden. It changes nothing. Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say that this man is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable. A means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, he hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. He is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but he harboureth the selfsame desire to see the Sin-Eaters eliminated as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? Well, you have always done right by us, Urianger. If you have placed your faith in this man, then so shall we. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the Sin-Eaters. Be that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate. A turn of the moon, perhaps. We don't have a turn on the moon, unless we want to debate this with the Ylmoran army. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee simply to roll over and acquiesce to our request. But even now a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightest fetch us the scepter whilst there's yet time to use it. Roll over, fetch, You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well, yet you speak the words of power regardless. It's unfair, I tell you. In happier times, it was our honor to assist mortals in need and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Vobert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. For so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. Very well, Urianger. I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? Works for me. Let's go and grab the Aetheryte. I need to go check and see if I have any upgrades too, by the way. No helmet. I lose determination, but I'll gain tenacity. I lose crit. Never mind. Well, technically it doesn't give me any bonuses. Why don't I have... What happened to my chest piece? I don't have anything in it? I thought I had items in it. I thought I had materia in it. Excuse me. Wow, none of these are upgrades. That sucks. And I've already set up. Alright, I gotta go ahead and leave this here because we've hit our 2-hour mark. Thank you all for watching. This has been part 119 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up by hitting that like button. Subscribe to my channel if not a subscriber, keep up with the content. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay. There are no spoilers, please. And I'll see you in the next video. Catch you then. Later.